Welcome back to the Treehouse Mates, Old Head Gaming here. We are 10 days away from the launch of Evil Dead the game. And of course, that means today is, of course, Viewer Requested Tuesday, where every Tuesday I look through and scour and find the coolest idea you guys had in the comments from the week before. And this will be the fourth week we do this. We'll be doing it again next week, of course, as we make our march to Friday the 13th. And of course, if you saw the video on Sunday, basically now anything is possible based on how they did the single player campaign and how they set up the universe in itself. And because of that, everything is kind of in place. So all these wild, bizarre, cool ideas that you guys had that we're making videos on could possibly be DLC expansions.
Like 1 out of 100?
I'd say more like 1 out of a million.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Because that's why. And if you don't know what's going on in that video, I'll drop a link in the description below. And of course, like this one, drop a comment. I answer all my comments. And if you have any ideas for what could be in next week's video, just drop them in there as well. And of course, smash that subscribe button. Click on the notification bell so that way all the Evil Dead content gets notified right away. Now, finally, if you're looking for a community to play with come next week, just hop down to the link in the Discord in the description below as well. And now down to the nitty gritty. What are we talking about today? Well, we're going to talk about the classic Image comic written by the wonderful Robert Kirkman, and then the endless AMC show that will never die, and I actually think has like 4 spin-offs in the works, and that's The Walking Dead. And today we're going to go in a little bit of reverse order. Last week we went leader down to support. And this week, we're going to go support up to leader. And then at the end, we'll talk about a little of a unique twist we're going to have on the Necromancer class because of it. So let's talk about the first character, and that is going to be our support class. And he was revealed in the first major arc of the television show, really. And the second-ish major arc of the comics, and that's Hershel Green. Hershel Green makes complete sense as the support character. I mean, he's a literal doctor. There's a world of perks you can do with that, circling around everything from speed healing to increasing the power of Sheps to basically giving any kind of bonus to shields. Like, he could really be a huge bonus in that category. And I think Hershel makes a lot of sense. He was kind of always that Jiminy Cricket of the group, and he would make sense as a perfect support character, especially if you look at who has been added as support characters like Pablo and First Ash. I guess we'll call him First Ash, Evil Dead 1 Ash. And those types of characters would fit well with Hershel in that grouping. Next up is going to be the Hunter class, and I think everyone automatically should know who the Hunter class is. Of course, it's Daryl. Like, Daryl is, like, other than maybe 1 or 2 other characters, like, who you immediately think of when it comes to the Evil Dead. And as we talked about last week with Faith, like, crossbow would be a weapon that's already there. It's already usable. It's something that he could definitely use. He could also set up traps, which would be a cool, like, countermeasures, because, like, you have the demons being able to set up traps, but what if he, like, could lay, like, some bear traps that demons could walk into, and then he just pews them down? And I think as the fact that Daryl could literally find anything he needed at any time, he was definitely the most, like, plot armored hunter there could be. So, like, there's no doubt that Daryl would fit into that class. Well, now, how are we going to put this?
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I guess that works. So I know you're going to say, but he's a bad guy. Well, of course. You can't put Negan on the demon side. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, he's a human. He's still fighting zombies in Walking Dead. He'd still be fighting demons in the Evil Dead. And that makes me think that Negan, of course, would be the warrior. I mean, that's easy peasy lemon squeezy. If there's anything I would love to see added to this game, if Walking Dead were brought in, it would be the ability to use Lucille. Like, just clubbing people. Negan would definitely have a perk that on executions, like, especially like when he's clubbing people to death with Lucille and executions, he would definitely either have a quick crit boost on the next one, because like when he came out of a swing, he was always right into the next one. So I think like increase the crit damage on your next hit would make complete sense on melee damage. And let's be honest, there's nothing Negan hasn't enjoyed killing, whether it was human or zombie alike. So even though he's a complete asshole, he would completely be the best warrior ever. Like, I would put him up in upper echelon with who we actually have in the game. Then finally, I was kind of torn. I could have gone a comics path. I could have gone a TV show path. And the funny thing is, it's a father and son combination. Obviously, we're talking about the Grimes. If I would have gone the comic way, it would have been Old Man Carl. Old Man Carl is my favorite character in the entire series. And I think he would make an awesome, awesome skin, especially this version. Like, old, grizzled, eye patch, magnum firing. Like, that is Old Man Carl, and I think he would be a great leader. Skin for his father. I think we all know Rick Grimes would probably be the perfect one based on the television series to be the leader. It was always the leader of the group, even when he was making the most boneheaded decisions. But he always was, and he had this ability to get people through the most horrible situations, and that could be his leader skill. Obviously, he would use a magnum because that's what him and his son have used forever, you know, very Clint Eastwood-esque. But his leader perk would probably center around the ability to just almost eliminate fear. The way he managed everyone's fear because of his faith in him would be what we would build his leader perk around. Whether it's he can automatically clear with a cooldown one person's fear bar that's in vicinity would make the most sense. Like, that is the epitome of who Rick was. The faith that people had in Rick Grimes got them through so much stuff and kept them from turning into walkers that it makes complete sense. Now, over on the Kandarian demon side, what I think is there's no reason, there's no gigantic big bad. I mean, we're not going to bring Negan over and have him be on a Kandarian demon. We're not going to bring Alpha and Beta over and have them be Kandarian demons. That makes no sense. And you have to kind of stick with the world you're working in. So that what made the most sense is giving walkers and different types of walkers the ability to be summoned during the portals by the necromancer demon. It makes the most sense that instead of summoning different types of skeletal demons, you should be able to have an option then to switch over and summon walkers instead, if that's what you prefer. And I think that would be a great way to work in the zombie component into the Evil Dead, because let's be honest, necromancers just bring back dead stuff to work under them, and walkers would fit in just as well as the skeletal army that Evil Ash commands. And I think it makes complete sense to add those to necromancers. Now, of course, we'll be back on Thursday for Evil Dead Thursday, and I have a fun video. We're going to break down the 4 Ashes, all of them. What one's right for you? What fits your play style? And of course, thanks for watching, and later, mates.